How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Realit, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. So today we're gonna just kind of discuss these new candies we're gonna have in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee that we already saw in yesterday's trailer. Now, I want to say a thing about the yesterday's trailer. It actually got again copyrighted about 3 times, and even when I put it up again, I just left it up this time, but they still copyrighted it. Freaking Nintendo, literally going after the videos no matter what I do. They copyright claim them 24/7, and it's really frustrating, guys. So I don't know what to say. Like, Nintendo wants those 10 bucks I make from the videos. It is what it is, but you know, it's really frustrating if I'm gonna be frankly honest. But you know, what can you do about it? Now, as we already know now, there are going to be Eevees and Ivies in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. And I want to point out, yesterday, I was stressed out trying to figure out how to get those videos just out without having to have deal with the copyright 24/7. And I did confuse my Ivies and Eevees, and I do apologize about that. Totally got them confused, as I personally never really think much about my my Eevees. I usually always look at my Ivies and whatnot, and I never really thought about Eevees in game. And as I never really do leveling and like training for my Pokemon for competitive play, I never really do it in game. I've always kind of just played on Showdown when it comes to competitive, so I've never really done it, never really thought much about it. And you know, I kind of confused the two, and I do apologize about it yesterday because I just kind of lost track of what I was even talking about, which I do apologize about. So I confused my individual values with my freaking effort values, so I do apologize about that, guys. Either way, let's look at what it has to say here, because we know for a fact now health items and abilities are gone in these games, but with the use of candies in the game, which we've already seen a few of them here, we now know that you can actually, you know, well, essentially you can still, you know, Eevee train and, you know, whatnot, your Pokemon. You can still do it. It's still possible now, but you only do it with the candies. Now, what's the deal with the candies? Well, you can receive them in very simple ways. And we're going to read through the post here that Sarah B posted and kind of do a little bit of discussion here, my thoughts and that sort of stuff. So let's get started. A new trailer has been released for Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. This trailer showcases the Go connectivity with the game. It shows transfer with the ability to play a mini-game to earn candy, exactly as we already know. Now, we also talk about the Go Park here. The Go Park has 20 Go Parks, each being able to hold 50 Pokemon, meaning you can store up to 1,000 Pokemon in Go Park from Pokemon Go. There's no limit to the amount of Pokemon Go accounts you can connect to your save file in Pokemon Go, and this is done over Bluetooth. Okay, the only problem here that I see, the only problem I see here is unfortunately that Pokemon Go players get shafted. I'm just gonna be honest, Pokemon Go players do seem to get shafted here because they get the short end of the stick. Like, seriously, think about it, right? If you're playing the Let's Go games, you can get a bunch of Pokemon from Pokemon Go, but if you're a Pokemon Go player who prefers Pokemon Go, you can't send anything back to your Go game if you do end up deciding to buy a Switch and buy Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. You literally get nothing out of it. You just get shafted, essentially, which I really feel bad for them because, like, seriously, these games are essentially made for them. Like, these games are made for the casuals, the you know, children audience, families, and like Pokemon Go players, you know, to bring those people into the franchise and then kind of next year give them kind of a taste of like what the rest of us like, which is, you know, the more crazy games which we have, which is, you know, the general games we usually get. Now, I of course do have a worry, which I'll get back into this stuff in a second, but I've said this in the past, guys. I think most of us really just worry, like, how Let's Go will affect future games. Now, like, what I'm worrying about, what I've seen from a lot of YouTubers as well, is, like, this worry that, like, if you end up taking mechanics, like, I think most people are like, oh, hey, you know, you want to put in, like, the ability to not catch, you know, not be able to battle Pokemon, but only catch them. Hey, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But just, like, you know, do it in this game. Don't do it again in, like, a future game, you know, especially not next year's game or the game beyond that, you know, like, in the future. Just, you know, avoid that because we like wild battles for a reason. So, you know, try to avoid, you know, getting rid of that. And I think that's where, like, a lot of people worry is that, like, you know, what happens if they decide to be like, screw it, we're gonna just go with this catching Pokemon mechanic forever, you know what I mean? That's what we're gonna do from now on, and no wild battles. That worries people, because people, like, you know, like, here's the thing, people keep telling me, like, oh, it's a children's game, it's a children, I get it, right? I understand it, no shit, but at the same time, why is it then that all the previous games were children's games, but they still had those difficulty spikes and whatnot in them, and, like, all those, you know, intricate things to them, right, that made them so unique and crazy? You know, why is it that they were able to be played by children and whatnot, and, you know, why weren't those considered also children's games? You know, why couldn't just do the same thing? But then again, I understand they want to innovate, they want to do something different, which is what they're trying to do here. Do I agree with what they're doing? I don't really care. As long as it doesn't affect future games, I'm fine with it. I'm okay with Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, as long as they do not affect future shit we're getting. That's all I care about. Hence why I'm just gonna try to say this. My thing is, as long as it doesn't hurt the future games and, you know, messes them up, like I've heard other people say, is like, hey, I'm fine with this game, it looks fine, looks fun, but like as long as it doesn't like end up being a thing that's like a constant from now on, where we can't actually battle wild Pokemon, and the only thing we can do is catch them in this mechanic, then I'm gonna be disappointed. But as long as they don't do that, we're fine with it. As long as we just get the general Pokemon gameplay that we do love and enjoy next year, we're all on board and we're fine with it. So that's what I'm gonna say about that, which I think is a good way to look at it, guys. So keep in mind, these games aren't really meant for us who want to just kind of go all into these games with like brand new, unique, crazy new Pokemon and like all that like crazy shit we've seen in the past, and like, you know, wild battles and all this stuff and shiny hunting methods and all that shit. This isn't for us, or competitive players. This isn't for us. We're gonna have to wait until next year, and that's all we gotta do. You know, if you don't want the game, don't buy it. It's simple as that. I can't really argue any further about it. Like I always rant about this game, but I feel like I should just give it like the freedom to just at least be what it is, and that is a casual games for the casual audience, and I'm fine with that. And I think we should all be fine with that, because here's at the end of the day, right? What can you do about it? There's not much you can change. It's coming out. You can't stop it. As long as you don't, if you don't want to support it, don't buy it. That's a simple way to go about it, guys. But either way, hey, let's continue on here, shall we? So, where are we? There's no limit to the amount of Pokemon Go accounts, which means you're going to be able to send as many Pokemon as you want. When a Pokemon has been transferred, I mean 1,000, but when Pokemon's been transferred to Pokemon Let's Go, you cannot return to Pokemon Go, and the Pokemon Go players get 1 candy from that species, as if it had been transferred away, which is really, again, Pokemon Go players getting shafted here, straight up. So, in there, when you have 25 of the same species of Pokemon, you can go to the play yard, where you can play a minigame to earn candy that can increase stats. This minigame has you have to gather up all 25 of the Pokemon and get them to the goal, avoiding various Pokemon that can cause problems. In addition to the generic candy that focus on specific stats, there's unique candy to species of Pokemon. Okay, so, it also showed the mechanics of legendary Pokemon. As you battle them in the game, you need to knock them out first before the capture screen is prompted, and there's no time limit to the battle. So we already know this. And also what I loved about, like, this is the last point that I didn't cover yesterday. It is also confirmed that there will be trainers from Alola in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, who will trade you Alola form Pokemon, which I am so freaking... Thank you. I'm so happy. I was worried. My idea for what I thought this was going to be was them going to be forcing us to go to like GameStop to get like a code or something for this shit, which I was so worried about. But hey, they dispelled that worry of mine. I'm so happy that that's not what we're going to have to deal with. Thank you, Game Freak. We can trade with them in games. A method, like, I think I haven't done much. Like, I've traded with some, like, NPCs in the game previously, but this is a better way to go about it to complete Pokedexes and such. So, hey, thank you. I'm really happy with this. But where are we now? So, let's talk about the candies. We have a bunch of them to go about. We have Health Candy, Smart Candy, Courage Candy, Tough Candy, I think. Bunch of them. You can actually see down here. So here we go. We got Health Candy, Mighty Candy, Tough Candy, Smart Candy, Courage Candy, Quick Candy, Peak... Okay, this is just a Peach Candy, but we have a bunch of candies. So I assume what the way they're going to work, like, as we see right here, with, I think this one, is that here they use increases speed by 1. So they increase speed here. So yeah, EVs are in the game, which means you can use them. But what I really think about is weird is like, how will CP translate here? Because CP, to me, has always been, like, it's just kind of similar to what World of Warcraft has, which is like, kind of like, if you haven't played World of Warcraft, you know, up until like, you know, I think Wrath of the Lich King, they didn't really have, like, any way to calculate a specific number for your statistics. So, like, you know, you just kind of had different statistics. Oh, here's your, like, you know, general HP. Here's your, like, versatility, haste, whatever it may be, right? Stamina, etc., right? Intellect, etc., stuff like that. Not that I'm, like, saying actual ones right now, but I'm just coming up with random words in my head. But, like, you know, you had those things, and then eventually came the point where they were like, okay, let's try to give them a number, to give them a general feeling of what, like, strength their Pokemon is, or, like, sorry, strength their character is, and their armor set is, you know, beyond their level, right? Like, let's give them an item value, which is what they call them, like eye levels, or, you know, item level, rather. And that's what they gave them. So what I think is this is, I guess CP is going to work in an equivalent way, right? The CP is going to be like a general defining, like, it's going to be a definer for what, like, amount of, I guess, item level equivalent you have. And these candies are going to be your way to kind of, like, boost up those as well. Because as you use these candies for different, like, stats here, for example, the Speed Candy or the Quick Candy is going to be for speed. Courage Candy is going to be for, I guess, special defense. Smart Candy is going to be special attack. And I think Tough Candy is defense. And then there's another one here. I think, I can't remember which one it was. Because the candies are, yeah, right, so you have Mighty Candy, which is going to be attack, and then, of course, Health Candy for HP. So, I guess it's a good way to kind of level it out and have CP as a kind of defining overall kind of like equivalent to an item level from World of Warcraft is what I look at it as, like, you know, I mean, it's kind of a defining level for your gear and your Pokemon, or rather the statistics of your Pokemon, I guess would be the better word. So yeah, I feel like just looking at this base value, it is fantastic. I am excited about this because I think it would be better than just having nothing here, like, you know, no way to like increase your EVs and whatnot would have been just kind of annoying to, I guess, most people, but I guess this way you can actually train your Pokemon up and somewhat use them in competitive play. It actually is possible. Isn't that crazy? I know, it's weird. I don't know, it's stupid to me that, you know, I thought it was not going to be a possibility, but hey, guess what? They did the candy thing, and I'm fine with it. I thought I was going to hate candies, but I think if they do it right here and they make the little, like, mini-game, if they have more mini-games than one, that would be great, but I guess it's just going to be one of them. So they also just kind of go through it here. The release of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Let's Go is drawing even ever nearer. And more information surrounding new games are starting today. Various online personalities, yada yada, which talk about things such as held items and IVs. Are now starting to be shared online. These new places are information come from Cerebi, yada da da. We already went through this. One of the most interesting facts from this, from his time with the game shows that certain core series mechanics such as physical and special type moves and IVs and EVs, hidden stats which indicate stuff, you know, just not going to read through that, are still present in the new release, although EVs in particular were slightly tricky to fully understand. So, I assume the way they're going to work here is the candy. That's the way to kind of like, you know, to increase them. See, this is weird because if you compare it to like previous iterations of the Pokemon games, it's kind of been like different. Like Gen 1 and 2 had their own way of like working with like values and stuff. Then you had Gen 3 to 5 had their own values and kind of a different way to work around. Like, you know, you had a limited amount of values, and then, you know, it's kind of like always been a little bit of a shifting tide. So now I guess the kind of defining way to look at it is going to be the CP. And I guess they always, like, you have Pokemon Go calculators to do calculations. So I wonder if there's going to be a calculation for this later. But I know Joe Merrick is going to be on it. Like, Cerebi is going to be on that and giving us all that info once it comes out, and I'll be having videos out on that as well. But guys, I want to know if you guys want to see this. I want to do some Wi-Fi battles on Pokemon Showdown where I make some teams based on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and maybe battle you guys through my Discord. So if you want to see that, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, we're going to end off the video right here, but before we go, guys, if you want to see some streams, I will be streaming on Twitch now a brand new series called Pokemon ROM Hack Roulette, and you can see it right here as well. It's a brand new series I've been planning to work on. Like, it's going to be interesting, right? ROM Hack Roulette is going to be me sitting and playing different ROM hacks, you know, on stream. And viewers are going to be able to vote on what, like, you know, what game we're going to play, and also challenges. We're going to do different challenges where maybe, like, I have to play with only my, you know, my freaking elbows and whatnot, or maybe I'll only be able to, you know, play with my nose, or, you know, maybe I'll only be able to, I don't know, do something, like, different challenges, like, only use one Pokemon, have to, like, only play with one hand and drink at the same time, or, like, some crazy shit like that. We're going to do a bunch of, like, weird stuff, and, you know, see how that turns out. But if you want to see that, guys, I think the first one's going to be tomorrow on Friday, not today, because I just won't have time today to do it, because I'm gonna go and check out the new apartment we're moving to, hopefully me and my family. I'm gonna be checking that out today, so I won't have time for it. But yeah, check out my Twitch, guys, twitch.tv/RuffledReality. Of course, keep in mind though, we'll still be streaming on YouTube. We're only doing ROM Hack Roulette on Twitch because I still want to kind of like grow an audience on a different place as well. So ROM Hack Roulette is going to just be for people who like my ROM Hack content, but, you know, if you want to see more gameplay stuff, that's where it's going to be, guys. I'm not going to be able to post showcase videos because I'm going to be working on a bunch of other content at the same time, and also my secondary channel. I'm going to get, you know, kind of revive that and keep that going as well, so I won't have time to make showcase videos, and also I just haven't had fun with showcase videos. I think this would be a better way for me to enjoy that and play games and show you different unique games and fan games and ROM hacks and stuff, but at least this way, I know for a fact that you will be actually watching the stream and not just coming to the video to just find out, oh, what's the latest game I can play, which is what a lot of people did with my showcase videos, which made them kind of pointless to me to make, because people didn't watch it to actually see me play the game, but they just wanted to see gameplay and then leave. Not gameplay of me playing, but rather just like skip through for a minute and less, and then just leave and just download the game, and they didn't care about the actual video and never watched it. And I knew that because people always commented, can I play this on Android, even though I literally in the first 10 seconds of the video always explained if the game is playable on phones or PCs or whatnot, and I always explain it, but I knew people didn't watch it because they literally left that comment like 50 times, you know, always on the videos, always had the same comments, and it's really, really frustrating. So I'll be moving all ROM hack stuff over to Twitch. That's where we're going to be for that. If you want to see ROM hack roulette, fan game roulette, MMO roulette, then go over to Twitch. We will be live there. We'll be doing it, guys, and it's going to be hopefully awesome. At least I hope so, and we'll see how that actually turns out. But yeah, that's got to be just about it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, then drop a like down below, and let me know, guys, what are your thoughts on this? I like that, like, you know, EVs are still there. Able to train your Pokemon using somewhat in like Wi-Fi battles in this game. It's going to be interesting. And of course, if you want to see those Wi-Fi battles in Pokemon Showdown, please let me know. I would love to do that, guys. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. My name is EwinRacing. Have a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.